One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his step, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he paves his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day.
Man, oh man, the world is burning down. Much love, honor, and respect to all you legends up in the building. Man, I always hate when I get this lag. Fixed it. All right. Much love, honor, respect to everybody. Hopefully you all are having a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, wherever the hell you guys are from. Much love on and respect to you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. And if you guys are brand new to the fucking stream, guess what? It is also free to hit that subscribe button. So I very much appreciate that. Before we get into the madness of the California fires live, first, little side note. Please consider becoming a member, starting only at $2.99 a month, man. Less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks a month. So we make sure that it's affordable for pretty much everybody. Make sure you guys sign up, man, because guess what? Every single Saturday morning, 10 a.m. CST, we have our members-only live stream for you guys in the Breakfast Club. And well, you guys think I'm pretty uncensored now. Wait until you see me in the Breakfast Club over there on the Saturday morning live streams. Also, follow my Instagram at BallValveTV. This is where I correspond with everybody. This is behind the scenes of not only myself, the show, of Millennial Food Time, man. This is better than my phone number, so make sure you guys hit me up there. Also, if you guys are interested at all on with Discord and all of that stuff, I also have a server. I've had a server since 2016. So make sure you guys hit that link down in the description down below right here on this video, and you guys can join up. And last but not least, man, listen, every super chat, every super sticker, gifted memberships, membership signups, of course, are all shouted out. But if you guys would like to help out the show, we have this scrolling for the remainder of the show where we can skip past that brutal 30% YouTube cut. You know what I mean? So we'll allow that. Anyways, all right, back to you guys up in the chat, man. We got VT up in the building. Good to see you, my man, as well as Brother Shadow. Always great to see you. Barbie says, I think Mike is the most punctual creator on YouTube. I can count the times he's been late on one hand, and considering he's live 6 days a week, sure says something. Thank you so much, Barbie. I take this very fucking serious. You know, you can tell when someone's serious about their punctuality, you know, if they're showing up and doing what they say they're going to do. Us men are only as good as our word at this point. And if I tell you that I'm live at 10, that's what it means. I'm live at 10. You guys can count on it. So thank you for that, Barbie, by the way. Gunpowder Nitro up in the building. Kind sir, but, always an honor to have you here. As well as Brother Pitbull saying, remember to rev the like button and drop the clutch on the share button to will spin the show out of here. Hope you're all okay and having a great day. I love that shit right there. Absolutely, man. I appreciate that. Yes, that's right. You can't miss them, man. Brother Lee, good morning, kind sir. Brother Charles over there from down under over there in Australia, man. We got Wildfire up in here as well. Good to see you. Hopefully you're having a wonderful morning as well as Randy. Good morning, kind sir. Homesick from work. Glad I can catch you live this time. Hey, listen, if you had to be sick, which sucks, at least we can entertain a little bit for you, give you guys some news and stuff like that. We got Aaron on the Facebook side. Kind sir, good morning. Always an honor. Kel in Canada, my man up there, the Snow Mexicans up there. Shout out to all the Snow Mexicans in Canada, including Barbie, by the way. So much love and respect to you guys up there in Canada. Man, we got a lot of people in Canada and Australia, England that watch. Man, it's incredible. I give people 15 minutes before I fuck off. Can't stand people who don't understand timings. Yes, that's right. I'm with you on that. Brother Gary, good morning, kind sir. Hopefully you're having a good one as well. Dragon Heart, Loki, what up? What up? Loki in the house. Good to see you as always. Darren C4 saying, good morning, Mike and chat. Just wanted to thank whoever bought me a membership. Thank you very much. I can't remember who got you yours, Darren. There's been a lot of gifted, members being thrown around lately. William up in here saying, wishing a beautiful morning to everyone in the chat. Good to see your face, Mike. How we doing today? Man, we couldn't be, I'm alive. I woke up today and we're here hanging out with the best people in the world right here. So I couldn't be more honored and blessed, to be quite real. Mr. Boulay, good morning, folks. Roll Tide. That's right. We got Alabama's finest up in the building.
Oh, shit.
Slatty, what up? I see you on the Twitch side of things. Make sure you come on over to the YouTube side of things if you have a YouTube, at Insane Wheels, all one word, at Insane Wheels, where you can hang out with all of us in the community over here. Charles, I always appreciate you, man. Elijah, Fire, yeah, we're getting into that here in a minute. We're just opening up the show. Love to hear it. That's right, my man. We got Evie up in here, over there. Actually, believe it or not, she was our neighbor in Huntington Beach, man, when I lived there from when I was 12 to 25. So, Evie, thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. Hopefully, you're enjoying yourself as well. We got VT gifting out a membership to you guys. Wow, John Deadman got it, man. Thank you for that, VT. I very much appreciate it, because it not only helps me, but it helps out the Breakfast Club as well. Morning all. Hey, Tats, I always appreciate you over there on, the England side of the world. You cross the pond over there. Do you remember me from Crunker? I don't quite remember your name right there, Slatty, but that doesn't mean that I don't, I'm sure that if I saw something or a video or something like that, I'm sure I would, but you gotta remember, especially with the 18 years of live streaming in total, I've only been on YouTube for a year, but yeah, it can slip by me, but I very much appreciate you for hanging out with us. Brother Dwayne up in here, kind sir, very kind sir. Hopefully you're having a good one as well. And yeah, that's right. For who goes down under? Yeah, that's right over there. We got Brother Road Rage saying, morning all, going to be in and out randomly. Universe decided things were too calm and relaxed for us. So Jannon's dad died at 11:45 last night. The chaos never stops. Wow, man, I'm super sorry to hear that. That's terrible, Road Rage. My condolences to you and your family, man. I'm super sorry about that. That's terrible. Yeah, man, fuck. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into what's happening in California currently. Make sure you guys hit that like button. You guys don't have to like that there is, an entire state basically under fire, but you guys can make sure you guys hit the like button because you guys like what I do. All right, let's get into this. How come I can't hear you?
Back to live now from Fox 9 Gene friends saying good morning to you if you're just now tuning in. I want to provide this quick content reminder as we are propelling this coverage throughout the morning. Don't forget, coming up at 2 o'clock Pacific, but also 5 o'clock Eastern, that's when the LA County DA Nathan Hochman will hold a press conference announcing charges against an alleged arsonist. Also charges against
Brother Carney, good to see you, my man. So right here, Fox 11 specifically, by the way, Fox LA though. LA County, they say the district attorney Nathan Hochman will hold a press conference Monday announcing charges against an alleged arsonist and looters. Now, here's the thing. I'm sure that you guys have been seeing on social media that there's been some of these looters / especially the arsonists, the ones that are starting the fires and shit like that. I say, I've been saying this since seeing it on the media on this go around. We have yet to see any of the arsonists' face. I'm like, well, they wanted to become famous. They wanted to become famous, right? They wanted the attention. So why not show their fucking faces? You know what I mean? show your face. Pussy ass bitch. You know what I mean? Anyways, back to this.
Looters. So wanted to provide that context for you. Fox 11 LA, they
Brother
continue
Dean,
with this
over there in Israel, my man. Kind sir, always appreciate you, as well as Brother Beezer down there in South Florida. Appreciate you as well, man. Hopefully you're doing well.
coverage, providing perspective from all angles with these deadly wildfires. Let's check back in with them now.
Yeah, that's crazy, Barbie. That's insanity right there. That's insane. Name him, shame him. Yep, absolutely. Show your fucking face. You wanted to become famous, so let's make you famous.
Welcome back. It's 5 o'clock. I'm Jen Lammers in for Brooke Thomas this morning. Good to see you here at 5 o'clock on Good Day LA.
I'm Bob DeCastro. We do have continuing coverage on the fires. Strong winds do return this week, presenting what could be a potential.
Wow. All right. So this is how much damage in acreage, as well as people that have been involved in all of this. So, okay. So Palisades, as of right now, has 23,713 acres burned up. Eaton has, which is just a little bit north, has 14,117 acres burned. So those are the two major fires that are happening out of the 4 or 5 that's happening right now. So far, 24 people killed, 29 arrested for looting. And then, of course, the updates are going to be coming up this morning. Now, one thing I did want to bring up, I don't have the picture on the actual software right here, but one thing I did want to, because this is a little bit of a side note on the update of the containment numbers, okay? So I know that you can't see that, but I'm going to read it to you. This is from Gavin Newsom, so take it with a grain of salt, okay? Gavin Newsom. All right, back to this. Southern California wildfire progress. The Kenneth fire is 100% contained. Sunset fire, 100% contained. Lydia fire, 100% contained. Hearst fire, 89% containment. Eaton fire, 27% containment. And Palisades fire, 11% containment. And look who decided to come be a terrorist. What are you doing? Say hi to the people. Say hi to the Breakfast Club. All right. So that is the current numbers as of this morning. All right, let's get back into this.
Back for firefighters. Another wind event is expected to blow in today and last until Wednesday. The Palisades fire is 13% contained after burning more than 23,000
Brother,
acres.
are we not, man? Good to see you, man.
Fire is 14,000.
Man, all you legends are coming in, by the way. Martin, good to see you, my man, as well as Brother Papa. I saw you up there earlier. Appreciate you always. As well as War Gorilla, Mike Beasy, she, and Delinquents. Definitely all delinquents here. Yes. One Pickled Peasant. What's up, man? Hello to all. Sad day for sure. Yeah, these are all extremely sad days. We hit 1 week tomorrow morning is essentially the 7-day mark on these fires.
1,117 acres and is now 27% contained. 24 people have died.
Exactly,
in these
William.
fires. 29 have been arrested for looting. Officials will give us another live update that's set to happen at 8 o'clock this morning. But let's get over to Star right now for a check on these winds, which are making another appearance. PDS, particularly.
Yeah, the winds, man, is essentially what spreads this shit. I mean, I couldn't believe hearing the conditions that it was basically holding at 50, 60 miles per hour wind speed and then gusting up to 80, 85 miles per hour, up to 90 actually in some places. Bajorn up in here, good morning, kind sir. Always good to see you. Thank you for hanging out with us this morning.
Yes. Dangerous situation.
Yes, and that timing is going to be from tomorrow morning in the 4 a.m. hour and stretch through Wednesday at noon. Checking out this morning, we are still under a red flag warning with beautiful skies out there in comparison to what we have been experiencing with this wind event over the last several days. We are also under dry conditions across the area. We have been waking up to this cooler.
Well, actually, I've been talking about the pullout from State Farm because I don't know if you guys know. I'm sure you guys have heard it about the insurance ordeal over there in California. Yes, State Farm was the last, the very most recent, most insurance company to pull out. They were following a trend. Now, here's the thing. The insurance companies were trying to have a sit down with Gavin Newsom. And guess what? Gavin Newsom didn't have time for the insurance companies. obviously didn't want to negotiate it. And so as insurance companies at that point, especially when you make it so hard for them to operate in general, let alone be profitable, just operate, is intense. The red tape, the bureaucracy that they deal with over there is insane. I mean, I should know. I lived there for 29 years, and you can't do fucking shit there. Anyways, so now as a result, as a byproduct of that kelp fire, is unfortunately 70% of those homes that burn down do not have fire protection, do not have fire insurance. So that's an extremely sad situation. I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't care if you listen. I know plenty of those people over there that are, people going, oh, they're millionaires, blah, blah, don't feel bad for them, all this shit. Meanwhile, I know personal people that have died in this fire already. I already have one person I personally know that died from the whole thing. And I know that a lot of those people over there, if they were to miss a single fucking paycheck, they'd probably fall into bankruptcy. So to have their entire fucking house burned down, that doesn't help the equation at all, right?
Pattern, especially over those fire-prone areas. And so that lands us, I'd say, in the 40s across portions of the valleys. If you stretch over into portions of the Inland Empire, we have a lot of 50s on the map. Big Bear, you're at 14, 20 up in Lancaster, down in Huntington Beach, you're at 57.
That's where I used to live, Huntington Beach, where she just pointed out. Yeah, Jesus, people are disturbing, looting, common. What's wrong with people? Yeah, see, the thing is, man, is people, especially, it's hard to, when you've got millions and millions and millions of people in a single area, people take advantage of opportunity, and they look at that as an opportunity, that there's so much distraction that they can go ahead and start doing this and nothing will happen to them. We happen to see that all the fucking time at like 7-Elevens and all sorts of shit. People or places getting raided by people. Not by the cops, by, getting, they're raiding and looting the fucking stores and shit. It's very common. It's sad. Very sad.
Degrees. Our winds for right now are
What's
on
up,
the
Flanker
calmer
Fleet?
side.
Good to see
We're
you.
seeing our sustained winds at about 5 to 20 miles per
Hold
hour.
on the Twitch side, Flanker Fleet is sending in bits, actually, by the way. Flanker Fleet, thank you for that, by the way. Twitch is currency, by the way. Twitch is currency. Now, Flanker Fee, I very much appreciate you. We're over here on the YouTube side of the equation, so come on over and hang out with us if you have a YouTube account at Insane Wheels. I very much appreciate you for hanging out with us this morning. As well as Joseph over there on the Facebook side says, good morning, Mike, the Wise, Breakfast Crew, Biker News Canada, and the haters. The weather girl is on fire. Stop the cat.
Stop the cap.
Absolutely, bro. Always appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Friggin' insurance companies, you pay your premiums and then they yank the policy, should be illegal? No. Now, here's one thing, an observation I've made about the insurance companies. They're the only industry in the world that I know that literally does everything they can not to do their job. I mean, you go ahead and try to not do your job at any other fucking industry, you're fired. You know what I mean? You're not getting paid. But it's very interesting that insurance companies are the ones that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I look at that as fucked, especially. It is fucked. They do everything they can to not pay out. And why do we pay you then? Especially when it's evident, like the whole fucking house came fucking down and it's been burnt down to the floor. Yeah, dude, you can't deny that. Be like, no, you don't count. You don't qualify. You don't qualify. Shit like that.
And those higher winds are going to be across portions of, I'd say, Bakersfield, but also portions of Ventura County. Moving over into our high deserts, we are seeing them push in the single digits. If we take a look at our gusts, we do have some of those contoured
Brother Bob up there in Canada as well.
areas.
Good to see you.
Especially if you look out towards portions of the Inland Empire, about 20 to 25 miles per hour, and over towards portions of Camarillo, 26 there. So getting through portions of that 101, we do have some gusts moving up across the area. Getting into this afternoon, our humidity values dropping right back down to those single digits. And this is going to be a part of the reason why we are under these critical.
It's actually fairly high. That's fairly high humidity, at least down by the beaches over there in Long Beach and Huntington Beach. It's a lot more than kind of like the standard. That's kind of standard where I live now. But, it's it's a desert over there. You know what I mean? It's a desert.
Fire weather watches, and this is not just for humidity but also for our winds. So let's go ahead and get you out of the doors for your traffic this morning. We do have some green on the map, but wanting to show you one of those
Good morning to you, Emerald.
closures
Good
that
to
we
see
continue to have. This is going to be for the Palisades fire closure. PCH still closed in both directions from, I'd say, the Malibu Canyon Road to McClure Tunnel, so stretching from Santa Monica through Malibu Beach there. And also we have the Topanga Canyon Boulevard closed.
Now, just to get even at this point, he just needs to resign. Gavin Newsom, by the way, yeah, he just needs to resign. Just resign already.
From Mulholland Drive to PCH. A quick check out at a live view. This is the 210 West at Santa Anita Avenue. Still pretty dark out there, but I can tell you that air quality, once that sun is up, it is going to be a lot better for us out the doors for your Monday. If you're traveling the 10 West between the 5 to the 405, 13-minute drive time. And the
now this, we'll go ahead and skip the drive time. We'll skip the drive time a little bit, because no need for that right now.
As help remains out of reach, it's awfully confusing, we're told, for
Look at
people
that.
who
That's
live in those
crazy.
evacuation zones to get back into their homes and see what's left. We have Mario Ramirez live to share the struggles of those left to pick up the
No, Loki, but there are 4 different fires, active fires that are happening. And yeah, Palisades, you know, yeah, that's the richer area, but that doesn't mean where all the other fires are that those people aren't fucked up and shit like that. I mean, you've got down the street in Pasadena and shit like that. Like, those guys aren't millionaires over there. You know, there's plenty of people that got affected that are not living high and mighty. Like, you know, the media would like to make you think about California. Trust me, I lived in all of these areas, so I know. I grew up 30 minutes away. I was born and raised 30 minutes away from where these fires are currently.
Good morning. Definitely a struggle with each passing day for many of these residents. Now, we know cadaver dogs are now being used to search some of these neighborhoods here. That started yesterday. And of course, the winds that are expected today could hamper that activity, impacting West.
Yo, brother Slim up in the building. Good morning, kind sir.
And much of Ventura County. We're at 26th and San Vicente. And this area, one of several guarded by
good to see you.
Guard members here. We can tell you that we're in that fire zone curfew from sunset to sunrise, all in an effort to keep these areas safe and secure while residents are evacuated. There are now over 5,000 fire personnel on the ground battling the Palisades fire.
5,000 fucking. At first, they thought they were capped out at like 1,900 firefighters. Now they got 5,000 of these motherfuckers. Damn.
44 helicopters and 60 water tenders, aircraft and ground crews have been securing the fire's edge that has been holding at Mandeville Canyon Road overnight. Meanwhile, resources are also clearing out vegetation and conducting risk mitigation around structures in preparation of this next wind event. Groups are also being placed along the top side of the fire for structure protection.
Miss Lotus, good morning. Hopefully you're doing well as well.
Residents, meanwhile, we spoke with for days in some cases, have been desperately trying to get into their neighborhoods via police escort, growing more and more frustrated.
This line is to get back up to the house and collect medication and essentials.
I'm 81 years old. They need to get medication.
Really confused.
Yeah, all them motherfuckers need their medication.
And it's creating a lot of chaos and heartache. We're trying to save our pets.
When you talk to these people at the roadblocks, some of them are nice, some of them don't care. They literally don't care about it.
And they don't know.
And they don't know.
Hey, Martin, I was one of them. I moved out of Southern California 7 months ago, or almost 8 months ago, whatever, coming up on 8 months. Yeah, I mean, 29 years of my entire life was spent there. And listen, not because of no insurance policy or anything made me move, but finances sure fucking did, you know?
And they're not interested in finding out anything. The government should have, at this major roadblock here, the entrance into the Palisades, there should be somebody who knows from the mayor's office to answer our questions. They're not here.
They don't, but they haven't even given the information to the people who are here.
Our government is grossly incompetent. That's why the fires are here. But the way they're handling typifies what they were doing with their fire. They don't know what they're doing. The people that are in a lot of these.
Yeah, and even Ukraine offered up 150 of their firefighters. You know, you got to love the little play, you know, Zelensky is making over there. I mean, it's all politics. It's all politics. Trust me. But yeah.
Positions of power.
Interesting.
You know what they're good at? Getting elected.
Sunday, dozens of residents lined San Vicente all morning, only to find out that the LAPD suspended all escorts for the day. Chief McDonald saying the number of residents requesting to return to their homes was overwhelming and the fire activity had picked up. Now, there is a possibility that those escorts in some areas could continue this morning, depending on the conditions. And as for those who haven't been able to access their homes to get medication, county officials
I'm someone that talks immensely on that subject when Pickled Peasant. I definitely cover not only geopolitics and world news in general and being a political analyst, but at that, I actually really focus on the wars around the world, whether we're talking about Israel and Gaza, whether we're talking about anything in the Middle East or anything in Europe. We definitely speak about it over here. And I do my due diligence in the sense that I definitely dig in. And I don't just get, like, let's say, headlines from Fox or something like that. I actually have some great inside sources from the inside. This is where you start learning how to use Telegram groups and stuff like that, and getting kind of the inside information from some of them in Israel. So anyways, back to this. Appreciate
Kaiser
you, by the way.
doctors working at these evacuation centers, and they can help connect residents with prescriptions.
Yes, it is true, Nitro. So just to answer this, he says, I heard they are using inmates to fight fire. Is this true, Mike? Yes, they are paying them $1 an hour. They're getting like $10.36 per day to fight these fires. Now, the number of prisoners that are helping right now, I don't actually remember the number, like how many there was, but I do remember there being a decent amount. It was like something like 500 or something like that. So you guys can correct me on that. But yes, that is actually happening, Nitro.
And we have those evacuation centers and evacuations listed on our website, foxla.com. For now, that's the latest here in Brentwood. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, you really do feel for people who are in that line. It's already a helpless feeling, right? And we know the communication is everything when it comes to times during and then after a crisis like this.
And we're really hoping we get more information at that press conference.
You're right about that, Loki.
It's 8 o'clock this morning. It looks like they may not allow some of the residents to get back into those evacuated areas until Thursday because of the wind event that we're gonna be experiencing here. But we'll see.
Yeah, but meantime, communities impacted by the fire are getting some help staying connected during the firestorm.
Coco McAvoy live in Malibu.
Yeah, absolutely, Kel. As soon as I do see anything that the bikers do on their side, and it's something that I can, check the source and I know it's actually going to it, then of course, then I will let you guys know. But thank you for that, Kel. I will keep my eyes open. As far as I know, I haven't seen like anything regarding the clubs or the culture in that sense for like finances of any of this. So I'll let you know. I'll post it for sure when it does happen.
This. Coco, good morning.
Oh, hell nah. Carney is making a call out on all you fools. Man, come on, man. Hit that like button. It's the #1 metric of all of YouTube. Helps out the show immensely. And it's free. You don't have to like that there's wildfires in California right now, but you guys can like my commentary and what I have to do with it. So, all right, let's back to this. Appreciate that, Carney.
Good morning. So much support coming in to help the firefighters who are still battling these fires, from Cybertrucks to provide free Wi-Fi and really help the first responders, to crews from all over the world stepping in to help. It really is very necessary to help the firefighters here on the ground. Let's take a look at some video here. We first want to start with those Cybertrucks. Elon Musk says he's positioning Cybertrucks with Starlink and free Wi-Fi in a grid pattern in the LA and Malibu areas that are in need. 2 Tesla Cybertrucks were already seen deployed.
Hey, Brother Jay, always appreciate you, man. Good morning.
Utilized by first responders at the Palisades Fire Incident Command Post last night. And that's not the only resource. Teams from across the world have also stepped in to help. Canada.
Sport Brand, you're not even joking. Yeah. The whole thing regarding Iran is going to be crazy in general. In general. I'm just hoping that the United States doesn't take the bait on Iran. That's the last thing we need to do. So the last thing we need to do is get ourselves involved with Iran. Keep the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Has supplied support, and a crew of more than 70 firefighters and disaster relief workers from Mexico flew in to provide international support as well. They're joining
the very fucking true. North Carolina, we still have people that are fucked up out there, got denied their $750 fucking FEMA package, shit back. And dude, you don't qualify. You don't qualify, motherfucker. yeah, it's extremely frustrating because it seems like we don't have our priorities straight in this country. We keep sending off billions and billions and billions of dollars overseas, and what's happening with our own people? Why are we sending money if we can't even support our own fucking people? Like, I really am an isolationist. I'm someone that is America first. That's it. If there is extra to help, then sure, maybe. But the truth is as Americans, this is our fucking money. This is why I focus a lot on what I do, because it is my also due diligence to follow that money. It's our money. So I feel like I have I have a responsibility to follow what that money's doing. Hence what I'm doing, in general with the show.
More than 14,000 firefighters already battling the Palisades and Eaton fires. Governor Newsom thanks Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum for the support.
Yep, you're right, Papa.
LA County Fire Department Chief Marone spoke about the importance as well.
We have national and international firefighters. Mexico, Canada, all of our surrounding states are here right now fighting this fire.
The Palisades fire is at more than 23,000 acres with
Look at all that
13%
destruction.
containment, and the Palisades fire is
So much destruction.
now known as the most destructive wildfire
It is.
in Los Angeles.
It was in history, in California history, this has been the worst that they've ever dealt with. Yes. And when you're dealing with fires multiple times a fucking year and they're telling you this is the worst one we've ever fucking had, that's fucking bad. I mean, California has been under fire forever. You know what I mean? Like, and for them to say this has been the most destructive, fuck, dude.
Angeles history.
We need to
I'll send
figure
it back
out,
to you.
we need to honestly figure out how it started, how these fires started, who took advantage of what situation.
All right, Coco. Yeah, thank you. By the way, Coco's doing the right thing, wearing that N95 mask. And they're telling people, the health officials are already saying that if you're going back into these sites, it's extremely toxic to deal with all the debris, that you have to wear that mask. They're saying don't use vacuums, don't use brooms or anything, because you're going to kick everything up. And
yeah, that's right.
It's.
I mean, even where I live, which is, outside of any of those zones, it's just there's ash and soot everywhere in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that myself as well. I just remember sitting in the driveway.
What's up, brother SNS? Listen, I'm not a vet, but I agree. Anything socialized, fuck it.
Drive through getting my son some food yesterday, and just for that short time I had the window down and I just had all of the dust blow into my window, and I just rolled it right back up.
So even if you're not in those zones, it's still gonna impact you in some way.
It definitely is.
What?
And that's going to be one of the
Loki, that's fucking crazy. What is happening there?
reasons we do have that air quality alert in place. It is for all of the dust.
Yes, one pickled. We call it left-handed tobacco here on this channel. This is some nice little. We got our normal nicotine vape, but then we have our left-handed tobacco. You know what I mean? Cheers.
Is being blown around, but also for that wood burning ban that is in effect through noon tomorrow. We have a red flag warning. It is in effect right now. We're expecting the peak of this warning to be in place as early as tomorrow during the 4 a.m. hour through the noon hour. It is going to be for all of this highlighted area. We do have a chunk of portions of Los Angeles not included in this, but also stretching down through Long Beach and Orange County. If we take a look at our red flag warning, we are going to see that a big part of the area is under a.
Well, Iran is, as you know, Iran is the hub, the hub of all of, basically these terrorist organizations. Now, with the exception of a couple, but for the most part, Iran is the puppeteer of all of it. And so there's now, I actually am not so worried about going up against Iran at this very moment, even though that's something that is an issue and it's always going to be an ongoing issue. Now, regards to Syria, this is, as a political analyst, something that I look at and I worry about, because as soon as Trump comes into office, the Democrats will no longer be able to use Ukraine as a funneling system for, the Biden administration, obviously. Now, our next unfortunate money launder place will be Syria. And Syria we already have troops there right now. We have snipers right here, right now in Syria. We're ready to go. I mean, they're popping people right this second. It's crazy in regards to Syria because there are trading routes that are very, very important to to Israel and to the United States. And now that Assad just got tossed the fuck out of fucking Syria, and now he's back over there in Moscow with Putin being protected by daddy, shit like this, right? So I look at this and I worry about, for instance, Iran, of us taking the bait with Iran, because Iran is always, basically chanting death to America in the sense of like, with whatever they're doing move-wise. I mean, it could be with Hamas. They use Hamas a lot to get to America. Same thing with Hezbollah. They do the same shit to get, there's always something involved. Out of all those decisions, they boil down to Iran. So anyways, I hope that answers that.
Wind advisory. That's when we could expect those wind gusts to get upwards of 55 miles per hour, and that's in place through noon. Now, for our high wind warning, that is for those winds that are expecting to kick up as high as 70 miles per hour. That is
a week, by the way, War Gorilla. A week. We're sending tens of millions a week to the Taliban. Cash money. Yeah. America? Oh. If there's a self-interest, somehow, if we can make money, if there's an interest to America and their government, they'll make a deal with anybody. They'll make a deal with terrorists around the world. It doesn't matter. If it's in the self-interest of America, it's totally, like, immoral. You know what I mean? But there is no morality in government.
All of that darker highlighted orange area there. And this is going to be, again, during those peak hours overnight. So tomorrow morning through portions of Wednesday afternoon. And it's going to be not just for portions of west here, out east and south. You're also going to be included in this advisory, due to expire not until Wednesday. Here's a check-in on that air quality, making sure to get your mask on, roll those windows up, bring our pets indoors, because yes, they do.
Listen, I used to live right here in Long Beach. Okay. The fires are up here and here. Like, you've got the fires here. You've got fires out here in Pasadena. I used to live right here in Long Beach. This is where I was born and raised. And fuck, dude, you'd come out to your car. You'd come out to your fucking car. And that shit was like, when you approach your car and you got all snow on your, if you live in the snow and it's raining snow, whatever, it's coming down. Dude, you come out to your car, you can't even fucking, you won't recognize it. It's just covered in ash. And that is totally fucking normal over there. Like, dealing with it, and it sucks, dude. The fucking smoke, the shit that, the amount of smoke that goes through that whole area is fucking crazy. Like, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Matter as well, and check your air quality in your zone. We currently have an air quality alert for all of this gray highlighted region. It's going to include areas like Santa Clarita, Acton, Inglewood, Whittier, Covina. You're in this, Malibu, obviously, but also stretching through portions of our valleys, our high deserts, Orange County, down through Long Beach, and of course our air quality index today. It is coming in at a 77
moderate
for the Los Angeles area, which is moderate.
Wow, that's impressive. I would totally think that it would be unhealthy.
All right, Star, thank you.
Thank you, Star.
So a lot of the fire victims in the Eaton fire have lived in Altadena their entire lives.
Good morning, Heartbender. Good to see you over here.
We have a photographer who calls
good morning.
Altadena his hometown, documented the destruction.
Look at that shit. The destruction is unfucking real. I mean, I've seen these clips on social media and stuff, but man, it is absolutely fucking unreal to see the devastation where you would just see lines and lines and lines of homes, and now they're just fucking, there's nothing left. The foundation's not even fucking, like, all you've got is the foundation. That's all you've got. You literally got the floor maybe, and like if you have concrete, which they probably don't.
He's going to be with us to share some of those photos and his perspective next.
I'm Jeannie Francine. As they go to a quick 2-minute commercial break, we are going to do the same.
We get
we'll
to
be
skip
right back. Don't go.
We get to skip right through this, motherfuckers. Absolutely.
Back to live now from Fox. This new shot coming in as we see a chopper is out heading to get a damage video, also to show us the very latest, as we know that many of these fires continue to burn only at a little percentage of containment compared to the Hearst, which is at 89% containment on this Monday. So as we get those visuals in, we'll share them with you in real time. Let's check back in, though, with our content partners at Fox 11. We do see they are back.
Man, I'm so fucking far behind on comments. I'm trying to catch up, everybody. Wow, that's crazy right there, Sport Brown. Shit, for real.
Just coming out of the wildfires from the sky. We've seen entire neighborhoods decimated from the ground, are just heartbreaking. And we want to bring in somebody who's been documenting all the damage.
We want to bring in Will Lester. He's a staff photographer at the Inland Valley Daily Bulletin. He also grew up in Altadena. He's joining us live this morning. Will, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I mean, this must be such a surreal experience for you, being a journalist and probably having covered wildfires for years and years.
Exactly. The before and after pictures, those are the ones I saw. It's unreal. It's unreal.
Actually now go into your own neighborhood.
I've actually never seen anything like it. I'm going to be very real. Like, that's insane.
Grew up in, it just takes a different turn here.
Yeah, I mean, after living there for 30 years, I haven't lived there in 30 years, but I lived there for 30 years, and going in there on Wednesday morning after the firestorm went through Tuesday night.
Yeah, there is. Let me go ahead and bring it up. I purposely wanted to bring the numbers from early this morning. Okay, so we're now only, we're at here, 6:29 a.m. PST. So that's 9:29 Eastern at this very moment. At that moment, Palisades was 23,713 acres, 13% contained. The last update was 11, I believe. Eaton is at 14,117 117 acres, 27% contained. The Hearst at 799 acres, which I heard that was basically flat 800, but 89% has been contained. I think they're kind of adjusting that by one, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Elijah, by the way, good morning. Hopefully you're having a good one so far.
We are going to step away for a 2-minute break here on Live Now from Fox, continuing our live coverage of the LA County wildfires after that.
This is what I was waiting for right here, because I knew that they were going to have an actual press conference about this. And this is exactly what I was waiting for. I thought it was going to happen a little earlier, but that's why I was committed. But here we go.
Hi, Maria. Thank you very much. Well, LA County officials are cracking down on looting and arson that is tied to the recent wildfires. District Attorney Nathan Hochman, alongside law enforcement leaders, will announce charges today at 2 p.m. in downtown LA. This includes residential looting in Pacific Palisades and a suspected arson incident in Azusa. Authorities have made dozens of arrests and are strictly enforcing curfews in evacuation zones. Meantime, LA County Sheriff Robert Luna says deputies encountered a man impersonating a firefighter. This was when Gigi...
Yeah, that's insanity right there. Dude impersonating a fucking firefighter to fucking set fires. Or looting. That's what it was. Looting, right? It wasn't an arsonist.
And are strictly enforcing curfews in evacuation zones. Meantime, LA County Sheriff Robert Luna says deputies encountered a man impersonating a firefighter. This was when Gigi and I were here yesterday. During the press conference, we couldn't believe it. Yeah. They say that he was sitting on a curb, and Luna asked him if he was okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the meeting's already over. But that's crazy right here, dude. That's fucking crazy.
Only to discover he was in handcuffs. Deputies say that they caught him burglarizing a home.
Why are they blocking out his face? Why are they doing that? You know what I mean? Like, motherfucker wants to be famous. Let's make him famous. Show his fucking face. I don't understand why they're blocking these people out.
Was okay because he was dressed as a firefighter, by the way. Several others have been arrested for violating curfew, and 2 people are in custody after attempting to set other fires.
Unconscionable. Jen, it's unconscionable.
My goodness.
I don't understand.
By the way, good to see all the homies coming through. By the way, we got Dirty up in here. My Soul does. What's up, my man? Good to see you. I see Putin in here, by the way. Shout out to you guys over there. What the fuck? That's crazy. Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty good troll. But anyways, hey, good morning to all of you guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well.
Well, the LA Unified School District will reopen offices in most schools today. The only schools, in fact, that will stay closed are those that are in the evacuation zone. So
let's go ahead and we know that there's a lot of schools that are shut down right now. So let's go ahead and move on up.
We're taking dogs anywhere from 50.
Yeah, so over 100,000 plus is what they're claiming it. I heard it was like unreal. I thought it was like 180,000 under mandatory evacuation orders in the LA area.
15 pounds all the way up to 90. And so it is hard work and it is like a team effort.
After health checks, these animals could be ready for adoption as soon as tomorrow.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Sure is. All right, coming up, we continue our live coverage on the Southern California wildfires, the latest on containment efforts and numbers there as thousands of residents evacuate from their homes.
Del Taco's new Chipotle chicken.
How come they get a fucking commercial and nobody else does?
Let's get up to Stu and Sky Fox. He is over PCH. This is a live look of some of the devastation. I mean, for many people, as you're taking that turn, driving through PCH, much of that is not recognizable as a result of the Palisades fire. And it's this.
It definitely was definitely a kick, no pun intended.
New normal that many people are now faced with, folks that are directly impacted by the fires by no choice of their own, and others that weren't, but are, right?
I mean, the entire infrastructure, the entire landscape has changed because how many people remember, driving down PCH, seeing home after home thinking, oh my gosh, how great
Look
would
at
it be
that shit is
to live
crazy.
there. And then now driving through, you can see straight through the coastline, straight to the water.
And there's this other piece here too. I was thinking about this over the weekend.
What's up, Paulie? Good morning.
As I was driving around, I was in the Mid-Wilshire area. There's cars everywhere. Life is still happening in the midst of extraordinary tragedy. Life is still happening, and even that piece, I was like, this is so unfair. It's so unfair.
It really is. It's just a complete erasure of individual family histories when you're talking about losing your home like that.
It's not just a home. It's all the things inside of it and all the memories and all the things that you cannot replace.
Yeah. Our hearts go out to man. So many people. All right. So after
a
brief lull yesterday, winds up to 70 miles an hour are renewing fears that the Southland's wildfires could spread.
With a total of 24 dead and many folks missing, the wildfires are being called the deadliest in state history. Mario standing by for us in Brentwood with the latest from the Palisades fire.
And it's taking out the most structures too.
Mario, good morning.
Good morning. With those winds expected to pick up, that is a major concern in some of these fire zones and across Southern California. Now, that overnight curfew was lifted at 6 a.m. You can see behind me, we've got LAPD officers and the California National Guard. This is just one of several intersections here in this area, keeping these fire evacuation zones safe, protecting them from looting, as there have been dozens of arrests. Now, we've been continuing to hear the plea, the begging from residents to get back up into their neighborhoods. I have two separate residents here trying to get access. Gretchen, let me start with you. What are you trying to get up and get?
So
what
sad.
has been like for you?
Well, our house is in the Palisades, and we're so thankful that it survived. But my daughter's having a baby in 2 days, and we need to get all kinds of things for her.
Terrible timing.
They've just not been helpful. They haven't been listening, and we really just want to go in for like 5 minutes. They won't let us in.
Yeah, and we know that escorts were suspended yesterday, and the LAPD Chief Jim McDonald said that they might not continue until after this wind event, possibly Thursday. They're taking it day by day. John, let me ask you, what has this been like for you and your reaction, your message to city officials?
Well, the whole thing's been a nightmare, and I understand that the city has reasons to not let us into our area, but we have reasons to go there too, and they need to accommodate us. We're under tremendous stress, and we feel people that I see around here are getting very angry.
That's right. Hit the like button, everybody. You guys don't have to like that there's fires, taking over California, but you guys can like what is happening here. We're at least covering it and, giving you guys the update on what's happening. Hit that like button. Appreciate you guys.
They don't even get the courtesy of getting communication. I mean, here we are at this major checkpoint, and if you try to ask the people standing here, the National Guard, they don't know anything. You ask the parking enforcement people, they don't know anything. You even ask the police.
Listen, if you survived at this point, you won. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how much destruction there was, though.
Know anything. We've run into some. I've been waiting here for a couple of days. I've spent hours and hours at this point.
I agree, Vladimir.
I was here 5 hours yesterday when they finally announced, "Oh, we're not going to let you in at all." So why are you telling me this at this late date? Why don't you have somebody here to tell me? So
yeah, Charles, that was probably you. That's why you like him. You know, you and your Australian. He was in the army over there. Was it the army, Charles, for the Australian government? That's crazy.
Just
you're probably doing the same shit.
And my heart really goes out to the thousands and thousands of people who lost their homes. My problems are tiny, tiny, tiny compared to the people.
He's right about that.
But my immediate problem is I have some koi ponds and the electricity is off, and I want to be able to get in there and put some batteries in so my koi don't die.
Yeah, well, thank you both for talking to us. I know the frustration. I can only imagine how you guys are feeling.
What's up, Adriano? Good morning to you.
So thanks for talking to us. We will keep you posted, but that is the latest here from Brentwood. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, the frustration up there is real for sure. But hopefully we'll get some answers. By the way, there's a news conference set for 8 o'clock this morning. I'm sure that those are some questions that will be coming up in that press conference. But in the meantime,
it's true.
Maria, what's the timeline for some of these winds to come through?
Yeah, and I'm sure they're going to go over all of this as well. The very latest with the meteorologists.
Now, hopefully, regarding the winds, I really hope, because this is the part that they're worrying about today, is that there's these winds are going to pick right back up again. So I'm really hoping that is not the case.
Working so directly with the fire department there at that press conference coming up the next half hour or so. But for us, well, let's start with this. Our live look outside right now. This is our camera upstairs on our rooftop looking up towards Wilshire and some of the mountain communities, Brentwood.
Saying good morning, Mike. I just turned around in western Kansas, headed back to Kansas City. Thought I'd jump on and say, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Ride safe out there.
Fairly calm here. However, as we take a look at the wind situation, I'll show you that in just a few moments. There are some breezier spots, some pockets where the winds are stronger. It's chilly. It's still just 41.
No, it wasn't Gavin Newsom. It was, what's her name? Karen Bass. It was Karen Bass that was out, and she was in Africa. She was in Africa while it was happening, and then she flew in on an emergency flight back to do a press briefing. So we covered that press briefing too.
Downtown, 44 in Burbank, 51 in Pasadena. Out towards Big Bear, it's just 12 degrees, 50s in San Bernardino and Corona in the low to mid 50s. As we take a look at what's going on from space and what's going on with our dynamics here in the atmosphere, we've got an area of high pressure that is offshore, a trough of low pressure here across the southwest. We've got a couple of low pressure systems, not really that impactful at the moment, but it is not the same scenario that we looked at last week. However, that being said, there are
be good, brother Bob, up there in Canada. Always appreciate you, man.
Similarities. High pressure near an area of low pressure. Wind and air tends to want to go and run towards an area of low pressure. So we are expecting some pressure gradients, but not quite with the support that we had last week. So while we
I have not seen that. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Anticipating these strong gusty winds.
Brother Mount High up in the building.
Getting to those wind gusts between 50, 60 plus miles an hour, even some areas getting up to 70. It's not going to be near what we saw last week when we were talking about 80, 90 plus miles per hour. That being said, it can do enough of damage in terms of helping to spread a fire, certainly.
Shit, that's fucking crazy. 80 or 90 fucking miles per hour again. Here we fucking go. But, right now it's low. Right now, the gusts are low. Thank God. But that's exactly what I was hoping for. But, hey, everybody, make sure you guys hit that like button. Very much appreciate you guys. It helps out the show immensely. It's #1 metric, man.
So as we look at our future gusts here.
I don't ask nothing out of you guys. I don't ask you guys to send in money. I don't ask you to do shit. I just ask to hit that like button, please. That's it.
One of the computer models
Appreciate
that we
you
like
guys
to look to. And as we look at this morning, some of these wind gusts are definitely in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range as the forecast is reflecting. As we get to the afternoon, we're going to continue to maintain this here as we get into tomorrow, when we expect to start to see the peak of these winds tomorrow into Wednesday. And you can see it's just kind of consistently there, especially in those wind
It's not too
areas.
bad.
It won't be until Thursday when we start to see that onshore.
It's not too bad. So the 80 or 90 miles per hour, what she was referring to wasn't what it's going to be currently, and what they're, I just didn't hear it correctly. She was referring to that first extreme wind day. I think that was like 4 days ago. And yeah, the winds were just fucking insane. I mean, when it's 60 mile per hour wind holding is fucking crazy. And then to jump up to 80, 90 gust is insane.
Flow again, and Friday in particular, when we see that dramatic change in our weather, and perhaps more of that marine layer, and even at this point a slim chance for some showers. Here's your fire weather potential as we kind of look at some of the areas again highlighted where some of those stronger winds are at. I'm concerned with the areas not seeing fires right now. The Santa Clarita Valley out towards Crestline or just south of the mountains, parts of Orange County and parts of the desert.
180,000 is how many we're told to evacuate. So 180,000, and there's, I can't remember how many structures, that thousands of structures that were burned down. Yeah, it's crazy. It's immense. And 24 dead so far.
We really need to actually be extra aware of those fire ignition sources. I'll show you the 7-day forecast, and we'll talk more about the changes coming up for the weekend in just a few moments. Back to you.
I'm ready. Thank you. Now to this, residents in some fire-ravaged areas are getting help staying powered up and also connected to the internet.
Yeah, Coco.
Yo, what's up, Yamato? Yamato from Tokyo, Japan. Liked and subscribed. My heart goes out to the people in California, Japan. Stands with America. Yamato, big W to you, man. As well as Paulie. Thank you guys so much for the love, man. I very much appreciate that. Yeah, and I believe that too, James. And you know, so far, the arsonists that have been caught, they've been hiding their fucking faces. They want to become famous, right? You wanted the attention, motherfucker? Well, show their fucking face. You know what I mean? Let's make them famous. I don't know why we're hiding these people's... I just don't understand it. Why are we doing that?
Is live in Malibu now with more on that, as well as the growing international contingent of firefighters. Good morning.
Good morning. And there is a briefing underway right now for firefighters as they continue to battle these fires with the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire as well. And as we've been talking about, we do expect more winds to come in. It's a little bit windy this morning, but nothing compared to what we are expecting to see. And so it's great that we're seeing more.
12,000 structures here. Oh my God. Yeah, and that's got to be on the low side too. Holy shit. I remember when, like, the first day, it got 1,000 fucking structures. And I was like, whoa, dude, that's fucking crazy. Like, that's insane. I've never seen anything like it. And now we're at 12,000. Holy fuck.
Or reinforcements as well, from cyber trucks to also international help like you've been talking about. Let's take a look at some of the video so I can show you what we're talking about. Elon Musk says he's positioning cyber trucks with Starlink and free Wi-Fi in a grid pattern in the LA and Malibu areas that are in need. A couple of cyber trucks were already seen deployed and utilized by first responders at the Palisades Fire Incident Command Post here last night. And as you
like damn near nothing, by the way, Paulie. Damn near nothing.
Can see, that's really not the only resource. We're also seeing fire crews from around the world stepping in to help with these fires. Canada has supplied support, and a crew of more than 70 firefighters.
No, I wouldn't go with Red Cross, but there are. I hear that there are a lot of these. The best way that I would probably know, like if I wanted to just send something immediate, I personally would look into where they are housing these people right now. Like they're like refugee camps, you know what I mean? And they take donations. So stuff like that for the people that are affected and they're displaced. I mean, we have 180,000 people evacuated in LA right now. That's a lot of fucking people displaced, you know? Takes a lot of resources to make that happen. But yeah, Appreciate you, Yamato, for even giving a shit about us over here in the United States.
And disaster relief workers from Mexico flew in to provide international support. They are joining the more than 14,000 firefighters already battling the Palisades and Eaton fires. Governor Newsom thanked Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum for the support, and LA County Fire Department Chief Maroney spoke about the importance as well.
We have national and international firefighters, Mexico, Canada, all of our surrounding states are here right now fighting this fire.
The Palisades fire is at more than 23,000 acres with 14% containment. And of course, the Palisades fire does continue to burn and the devastation.
14% containment. Holy shit, dude. This is going to be fucking... I mean, it already is a nightmare. But this is just going to get worse and worse.
Does continue.
Before it gets better.
Back to you.
All right, Coco, thank you very much. We appreciate you being out there for us and also appreciate your coverage all last week. You were out there on the front line for us in Altadena. Okay, now to Stu up in Sky Fox.
All right, so we do thank our Fox 11 LA team for that. I also wanted to share this live look with you as in just about 7 minutes or so.
I did hear about that guy, Martin. Yep.
We are expecting LA officials to give an update on these wildfires. You can see right there on the screen, it says LA County / City Windstorm and Wildfires One Voice press conference. That is set to get underway in just about 5 minutes or so. We have a rundown.
No, you can speak for me in that behalf, Papa. Absolutely. Facts.
To share with you on the expected speakers. We're expecting to hear from LA County Board of Supervisor Chair Catherine Barger, LA County Supervisor, LA City Mayor Karen Bass, as well as the LA County Fire Chief, the City Fire Chief, the County Sheriff, and the City Police Chief. So we are anticipating hearing from all of those speakers. That is
okay. Well, this will be perfect time for me to grab a Coca-Cola. Not, every time I say a Coke, everyone's like, oh, you're getting some Coke, some booger sugar? Hell no, motherfuckers. I need to get myself a Coca-Cola. I'll be right back.
To get underway in just about 5 minutes or so. And as soon as that does happen, we will bring that to you right here on Live Now from Fox. Meanwhile, we're going to step away. So we are expecting LA officials to give updates on the wildfires that continue to rage in the LA area. And I did want to share the very latest as we are anticipating this to get underway momentarily. I wanted to share the very latest information with you. And you're taking, meanwhile, a live look right here at Altadena, California. This is a live image coming from Altadena, California, right there. As you can see that the camera is panning the destruction. At least 24 people have been declared dead. 16 remain missing at this hour. And we may be getting those updated numbers at this press conference scheduled to get underway any moment now. According to officials in the latest update, the Eaton fire has killed 16 people. The Palisades fire has killed 8 people. And according to the LA Sheriff, Robert Luna, who we are expecting to hear from at this briefing, at least 16 people remain missing.
Fuck, 16 people remain missing right now. That's crazy. How do you just... Man, that number is going to add to that dead list, unfortunately. Man. And I know one person that died out of the 24. Isn't that shit crazy?
Missing 12 unaccounted for in the Eaton fire zone and 4 in the Palisades fire area. More than 12,000 structures destroyed, and you're taking a live look at just some of those structures that we're speaking of. You can see these homes as well as businesses reduced to rubble. Now, there does remain a mandatory evacuation for at least 105,000 people. So many of these people have no idea if they are able to return to a home or not. They're not allowed to actually go back into these neighborhoods because, as you can see, it is too dangerous for people to travel through. There are continuing to be down power lines, and of course, there
What's up, Buchacan up in here? Good morning, kind sir.
Remain potentially some hot spots. We are also expecting that at around 5 p.m. Eastern time, there is going to be an update from the LA County District Attorney.
We're about to hear that right now.
Alongside our Fox 11 LA team, the issue of looters, people taking advantage of this tragedy, trying to loot properties and steal from them. And that is becoming an increasing issue as there are mandatory evacuations, and so residents simply cannot be there to defend their properties. And so that is...
Hey, James, I very much appreciate that, kind sir. I very much appreciate especially with the like, man. That's all these things are free to do so. You know what I mean? I very much appreciate that. We cover everything here, man. World news, geopolitics.
Limited resources here in the LA area. So we're expecting to hear from the district attorney on that issue. Over the weekend, yesterday, in fact, they announced that 10 burglary suspects have been arrested in evacuation zones, and 39 people in all arrested in evacuation zones since the start of the fire. So I did want to share the very latest. We, of course, are going to be bringing you that live update. President Biden, he is scheduled to speak and address federal assistance.
Well, what time is he going to speak? Because I want to hear that too. Let's see if he's... Okay, there is the press conference going on with Karen Bass in it right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump ahead to this conference. Here's Karen Bass. If you guys don't know who Karen Bass is, she is the mayor for Los Angeles. She's in a very hot place right now. Both her and Gavin Newsom, both of them are in deep shit right now.
Possibilities as well as utilities. And this is a live look here at the Altadena area where you can see some of that destruction. We are talking about tens of thousands of homes destroyed. It does appear as though this press conference just got underway. Let's listen in.
The Eaton fire is now estimated to be 14,117 acres with 33% containment. We gained no acreage yesterday, which is a very good thing. We know that over 7,000 structures are damaged or destroyed, and we have 3,408 firefighting personnel assigned to the incident. 26% of our damage inspections for dwellings have been completed. Impacted residents may visit recovery.lacounty.gov to view preliminary maps showing damage assessments. Please note that the preliminary maps have been posted and are being updated daily. If there is not a color icon on your address, it means the building has not yet been inspected. Severe fire weather conditions.
What's up, OI? Good morning to you. Good to see you.
Will continue through Wednesday. Please be assured that all fire departments and all law enforcement agencies in the area will be prepared. The anticipated winds combined with low humidities and low fuel moistures will keep the fire threat in all of Los Angeles County critical. I ask all Los Angeles County residents in wildfire-prone areas to understand that the necessary public safety power shutoffs are important for our collective safety in preventing the next wildfire natural disaster. I did want to dispel one rumor. The LA County Fire Department has never
What's up, BK? Good morning, by the way.
Turned down any offers for mutual aid assistance and resources. Repopulation will not occur until all areas are safe. Additionally, our CL-415 Super Scooper that was damaged because of a drone incursion is reportedly going to be flying tomorrow morning. It has been repaired, and we're waiting for the FAA to give us approval to fly again. Thank you to Board Chair Supervisor Catherine Barger and Supervisor Lindsay Horvath for your unwavering leadership and continued support throughout this unprecedented disaster.
Yeah.
And finally,
It is a
to all
disaster.
the Los Angeles County residents affected by this catastrophe, please be assured your firefighters.
Oh yeah. That woman is fucking insane. Insane.
Continue to work towards full containment of these wildfires from the air and on the ground. We stand alongside each of you as you begin the repopulation of evacuated areas when safe and the rebuilding of your homes, your communities, and your lives. Thank you.
He's still going. He's banging on the set over here.
Good morning, everyone. Kristen Crowley, Los Angeles City Fire Department Fire Chief. I'll just start off with just a moment to share with everybody out there that's been impacted by these wildland fires that the entire LAFD family, sworn civilian, our city family, Mayor Bass, city leadership, everybody, our thoughts and hearts and prayers go out to you as we continue to push forward and mitigate this emergency. We understand the impacts and we're working and will continue to work very, very, very hard for everyone. Another point I want to make is that also we are so very grateful for the firefighters and the first responders that have already arrived and continue to arrive in the Southern California region. We absolutely know that we cannot do this on our own.
Absolutely.
And we are tremendously appreciative of all of your continued support. As the increasing wind event is upon us as we speak, the Los Angeles City Fire Department has maximized our resource capabilities and response capabilities. All available LAFD resources have been staffed. I have strategically pre-positioned engine strike teams and task forces, which are dedicated to rapid response for any new fire that breaks out.
Just keep reading your script.
City. In addition, I've directed the Fire Prevention Bureau to augment wildfire patrols in high hazard areas. The Palisades fire, your LAFD remains committed to this fire, and we have a significant number of engines that have been dedicated to this fire. The crews that are involved, we have crews from up and down the state, outside of the state, have made excellent work overnight, mopping up flare-ups and hotspots. Their primary focus last night was on the Mandeville Canyon area, and this fire is now at 23,713 acres with 14% containment with...
That's like the whole fucking ocean.
5,123 personnel assigned to the Palisades incident. Firefighters will continue to work diligently throughout the day to increase containment and prevent further fire spread. Again, I want to focus my comments on the amount of resources that are here in the Palisades, from the first responders all the way up to our incident command teams. Again, we're going to keep working really, really hard for you. Just a brief comment on the Hearst fire. It's been held to 799 acres with 95% containment.
Wow, the last update we heard was 89%. So that's fantastic.
Again, thank you to the community members that are out there for remaining vigilant. We're not in the clear. I want to make sure of that. We are not in the clear as of yet, and we must not let our guard down. As we have right now extreme fire behavior, and we need to make sure that the community is staying updated with the most information, updated information as well. Follow all evacuation warnings and orders without delay. And please, please stay safe. I would now like to...
You know what we call it here in the United States, Charles? We call it show up, fuck up, move up.
Introduce our next speaker, and that is Sheriff Luna. Thank you.
Robert Luna, Sheriff of Los Angeles County. Regarding our deployment, we still have well over 1,000 of our Los Angeles County deputies out there working on 12-hour shifts. We have 172 California Highway Patrol officers. I'd like to thank the commissioner who was with me yesterday, Sean DeRee, for all of his assistance. I also want to thank Major General Beavers. I was with him as well, and he has fortunately been able to increase the amount of National Guard assistance that he is giving us to up to 600. And he told me yesterday, if we need more, we can ask for more. And we are strategically looking at that, analyzing it, and
Yo, good morning, Charlotte, and happy belated birthday now. Yesterday was your birthday. Good to see you in here. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Ask as needed. Evacuations, we have approximately, and this is some good news because it's dropped, we have over 92,000 people who are under evacuation orders and approximately 89,000 people who are under evacuation warning.
Wow, okay, interesting.
I want our community to know this, and Chief Maroney did talk about this for a second. In every conversation we're having about evacuations, warnings, whether they're going to implement them or take them away, the conversation about repopulation is on all of our minds. I know that we are attending, staff's attending community meetings, whether they be out in the Palisades fire area in Malibu for us at LA County Sheriff's, in the Altadena area. We are hearing our community loud and clear, and we want to get you in there as soon as possible. But I want to reiterate what is holding us up. This is very important. We are still, for the Altadena area, we are in the third day of grid searching. It is a very grim task. And we, unfortunately, every day we're doing this, we're running across the remains of individual community members. That is not easy work, very sad to report. And I believe that work is not only going to continue, but I believe will continue to find remains. So please be patient with us. People are saying, I just want to go look at my house and I want to see what's left.
Absolutely, brother War Gorilla. Be safe out there, man.
We know that, but we have people literally looking for the remains of your neighbors. Please be patient with us. There's a lot of hazards in the area still. The area has not been rendered safe. Please be patient with us. And then we have the potential of crime scenes. And I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying we have to think ahead because we can't go back from that. So please be patient with us. The curfew is still in effect, 6 p.m. To 6 a.m. for specifically the mandatory evacuation areas in both the Palisades impacted area and the Eaton fire impacted areas. Those are subject to change depending on need, one way or another. We understand, again, that people want to go back, but it is dangerous to do so, and we will not put anybody's safety at risk. I want to talk about arrest for the LA County Sheriff's area. Overnight, we had several other arrests. It brings it up to a total of 34 in our geographic area. We have 30 in the Eaton fire area, and we have...
Yep, and you're very right about that, Audrey. But good morning to you. Hopefully you're having a good morning as well.
4 in the Palisades area. Last night specifically, again, for LA County Sheriff's jurisdiction, we arrested 4. 2 were for curfew violations. 2 were arrested for 1 drone incident.
Be good out there, VT. Be safe out there. Always appreciate you, man. Thank you for your love and support, kind sir.
To my knowledge, we have now had 2 specific drone incidents that have resulted in 3 arrests. So as I talk to our
and you're my squigga,
community,
you know what I mean?
Again, if you do not have business in the evacuation areas, do not go there. Please, you're infringing upon the work that
What's
our
up,
first
Steve? Good morning.
responders need to attend to. And I do want to say, when I talk about these arrests, I want to clarify not all of them are for burglary or looting or for curfew violations. But it is very important.
Where are they from then?
When I say stay out,
arson,
we are arresting people who are not supposed to be there, who do not live there, who are in possession of narcotics. We've arrested several with guns. And yeah, I'm going to tell you something. If our deputies being very proactive in these areas, stopping people in a constitutional manner as always, making sure that they're supposed to be there and you have narcotics on you and you have a gun on you, in police work, we call that a clue. Something's wrong there. So that's why we're arresting people. Our search and rescue missions, up to through the 2 days, we have searched 1,874 properties. In regards to—
No, I didn't see it yet, brother GEG. My bad. Shit, I'll have to see that after the show. But good morning, kind sir.
Deaths. And again, I want to clarify, this is for the Los Angeles County area of responsibility. We have confirmed 21 deaths, 16 in the Eaton fire area, and 5 in the Palisades area. And sadly, yes, unfortunately, I anticipate the number to go up. Missing persons.
That's terrible, you know. But by the way, guys, if you guys are new around here, make sure you guys follow my Instagram. This is like better than my phone number, where you get behind the scenes of not only my lifestyle of the show, as well as millennial food time. We get down like a motherfucker over there. Anyways, hit me up over here. Definitely. This is where I correspond with everybody.
We are actively—
Discord is in the link
23 active
in the description below
reported,
as well.
17 in the Eaton fire area, 6 in the Malibu area. All of them are adults. Thank God there's no juveniles. But if you believe you have somebody who's missing, make sure you report that to us as soon as possible. For any updated information that anybody may have, questions, very important questions regarding evacuation orders or warnings or any road closures, please go to lacounty.gov/emergency for assistance. The American Red Cross is doing an amazing job. Please contact them. And again, for some of the negative things I talk about, there are some amazing stories of community members coming forward to donate items. It's very inspiring. For donations, go to Emergency
Wow, Diego,
Network.
that's awesome. I wish I could make that happen for you, but I can't. You know what I mean? But good morning and shout out to Brazil, man. Got lots of love for Brazil down there. Got a lot of friends there.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce Assistant Chief Dominic Choi from the Los Angeles Police Department.
Okay, good morning. I want to start by just assuring everybody that our primary focus still remains the safety and well-being of our residents. These fires have caused significant disruptions.
And if I didn't say good morning to you, kind sir, which I think I did, but good morning, kind sir.
But we are working tirelessly with our partners to protect lives, property, and secure critical infrastructure. So as of this morning, LAPD has in the city 266 officers deployed to the Palisades fire. We also have support from our National Guard partners who have deployed 200 soldiers assigned to the incident. We're very grateful for their support. We also have dedicated resource investigating our missing persons reported. So at this time, as of this morning, 6 a.m., we have a total of 26 people reported missing in the city of Los Angeles. 17 of those individuals have been located safely. 9 of the 9 remaining, 2 most likely were found in the fires deceased, but they haven't been positively identified by a coroner's office yet. So those are still waiting to be identified.
It's terrible.
1 individual we believe is located safely in a shelter, but that person, we're waiting for confirmation on that. There are 6 that remain unaccounted for, and we're diligently trying to identify and locate these people.
Fuck, you couldn't have said that any better. Papa Penguin, man, I got to read that out loud. A state full of insane elected leaders, massive hiring of underqualified, that's why, underqualified folks and misspent funds. No need for a conspiracy. Facts, by the way. Just weaponize the incompetence to create a fucking disaster. Yep. You just said it perfectly. Chat always wins. Shit.
So in total, in the city of Los Angeles, since Tuesday when these fires occurred, we have 3 fatalities. Again, 2 were found in the fires, and 1 was a burn victim that was transported earlier this week to a hospital. That person later passed away. If you want to make a missing persons report, you can do so either in person or over the phone. You can call any one of our 21 geographic stations and make that report, or you can call our missing persons investigation unit directly. I'm going to give you the number. It's 213-996-1800 and select option 3. That telephone is manned 24 hours a day,
I like that, by the way. Yeah. You know, yeah, you got to add one little piece to it, though.
Stupid.
Yeah, shut it, stupid. You know, what's up, bikes and stuff? Good morning.
Currently.
It is blah,
As
blah,
of this
blah.
morning, the city of Los Angeles, related to the fires, has a total
Oh, shit. Good morning, Brother Blair. Good to see you in here, my man.
of 14 arrests, 3 for curfew, 1 for impersonating a firefighter, 1 for possession of burglary tools, 4 for burglary, 1 for DUI, 1 for felony vandalism, and 3 for shoplifting. As the sheriff just mentioned.
Oh, bikes. This is politics. Politics 101. Exactly right. You know, people are like, why is this guy talking? Why is it? Because it's politics. They're going to use that in their campaign and all this bullshit. This how they get their fucking shine on. They're politicians up here. They wear a different suit, but they're politicians. Just saying.
And it's not just for looting or burglary that you're going to jail or curfew. If you're in the area, you don't belong in the area, you will be stopped and questioned. And whatever crime is being committed, you will be held accountable for that. So please stay away from these evacuation areas. Regarding escorts, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but we tried to be compassionate and put together a team to escort residents to their homes to either retrieve small pets or their medication. But that line became exceedingly large, and it was causing more problems than solutions. We have halted this escort service for the safety of everyone involved. Currently, we don't have any timeline of when we're going to open up that service, if at all. So please be patient with us. We know you are waiting. If you are still waiting at any of these checkpoints to be let in or escorted, please do not wait there. You will not be let in or allowed to have an escort at this time. Also, another important reason for stopping these escorts is because we have search operations beginning. Over the next 48 hours, we'll be working alongside LAFD Search and Rescue, our ATF partners, as well as the LA County Coroner's Office throughout the burn areas, giving priority to those people that are reported missing in these burn areas. From there, grid search will take place that could result in crime scene preservation and then recovery of remains. We hope that the high volume of resources dedicated to this effort will expedite the process. And as many of you know, the dry conditions and winds increasing, it's possible that evacuation orders may increase. I know overnight we saw some of the evacuation orders turn into warnings, but we can absolutely see some of these areas increase to mandatory evacuations again. So we urge you, please heed these orders. It can save your life. And as we also previously mentioned, identifying the cause of these fires is critically important to all of us. In conjunction with our partners and led by ATF, we have created a Los Angeles Regional Wildlife Investigative Task Force. And while their work is still in the early stages, we're committed to identifying the cause and origin of these fires. And we're also committed to holding anyone who's responsible for these fires accountable. And to further protect the residents of Los Angeles, in the city, our curfew is also still in effect from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. In short, if you don't belong there, don't be there. In closing, I want to reiterate that our department and all of us standing here this morning are with you. I want to express my deepest gratitude to the firefighters, our fellow law enforcement partners, and volunteers who are putting themselves in harm's way to protect our communities and help people recover. Their bravery and dedication are truly inspirational. We are also grateful for the patience and cooperation of our residents during this difficult time. We know this is not easy. Thank you and be safe. At this time, I'd like to introduce Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hochman.
District Attorney, I don't know why the District Attorney needs to fucking speak on wildfires. What does the DA have anything to do with the fucking wildfire? Oh, it's politics. See what I mean?
Thank you. With firefighters literally putting their lives on the line to save lives and to save homes, with law enforcement working around the clock to keep security.
Oh, this guy again. Oh my God. This guy over here, I just can't help it. He has the most insane face. I mean, his expressions are insane.
At a high level.
Really
with
animated.
Over 200,000 people evacuated, and I'm one of them. And with people who have lost lives, lost homes, lost businesses, there are still people in our community who, rather than saying thank you, look at this as an opportunity to commit crime and to take illegal profit and advantage over the situation. We've seen this come up, and you've heard law enforcement describe the arrests that have been made, whether those arrests are for looting, burglary, grand theft, whether those arrests are for arson, whether those arrests will eventually be for price gouging, because we have been seeing...
Harold, you're not even joking. You're not even joking. I don't care if it's fucking the police chief or if it's the district attorney, the mayor, the governor. They all say the same shit. It's all a whole bunch of prattle.
Price gouging with hotels, people offering residences well above the 10% addition that they can charge. We've seen that with
Sage Outcast up in the building. Good to see you up in here. Good morning. Good morning.
Other types of supplies, price gouging going on. So the criminals have decided that this is an opportunity, and I'm here to tell you that this is not an opportunity. You will be arrested, you will be prosecuted, and you will be punished to the full extent of the law. At 2 p.m. today, we'll be holding a press conference to announce the first charges in a looting case and the first charges in an arson case. This is not an arson case tied to the major fires. It was an arson case that was done on the side, in essence. You will hear that these people who've committed these crimes are facing very significant sentences. I am working with over 750 deputy district attorneys and in the entire law enforcement community to bring these people who are despicable and disgraceful to justice. And we're not only going to see what's happening right now in connection with bringing stability to our community, whether it's, again, going after the looters, the arsonists, or the price gougers, but we're starting to see the criminals emerge who are going to go after the recovery efforts. These are people who are contacting people and pretending to be GoFundMe operations to help people who have suffered. And GoFundMe, by the way, actually is an excellent organization that has put in place protections that if you use their site, you can use it safely. But these are people who are creating fake GoFundMe sites. I tell people to be very, very cautious when you give your money away, to check out the organizations that you're doing it to. I applaud anyone who wants to donate to these causes, whether with money or services.
Hold on.
Stupid. But make sure that they are going to the right operations. Again, you can go to Emergency Network LA, that's enla.gov, or you can go to recovery.lacounty.gov to see the types of operations that you can have confidence in. And we're also going to see scams.
Hey, we got Lone Cowboy saying, everyone have a good day. I got a phone call, Mike. Good show as always. I always appreciate you, man. Be safe out there.
Coming up with insurance proceeds. We're going to see scams coming up with government benefits, because we are going to literally have billions of dollars come into Los Angeles County over the next months and years. And for the criminals who view this as an opportunity, let me again give you this warning, an absolutely unmistakably clear warning.
Pablo, good morning,
if you
man.
go ahead and you want to rip off people and the system and governments that are trying to help the people who have suffered from these tragedies, you will be arrested, you will be prosecuted, and we will seek maximum punishment against you.
Yeah, me too. Me too, Carney.
I hope that we'll have
He's
the opportunity
banging on the set, cuh.
to tell you at a later point that this warning has been heeded, that deterrence works. Because if we are going to actually have the stability and the rebuild, it's going to be based on everyone contributing. But for those who don't want to heed this message, the warning has been cast out there, and the warning will actually have teeth behind it. I'd now like to introduce Los Angeles Board of Supervisors Chair.
Keltfire, I had the best comment from Papa Penguin in the chat earlier. I think it was 2 days ago or whatever. Oh my goodness. What did he say? He said he went to the Jim Carrey version of the sign linguist, went to, school, the Jim Carrey version. Jim Carrey version. That's so funny.
Catherine Barger.
Thank you. As I discussed yesterday, FEMA relief is essential to getting our impacted residents back on their feet. Today and yesterday, FEMA staff have been at 7 county libraries, plus the Alhambra Library, providing support to individuals who are seeking FEMA relief. Tomorrow, these services will transition to centralized assistance centers. One at Pasadena City College and the other at UCLA Research Park. These centers will be in-person venues where all impacted individuals can receive direct support for FEMA's
that was pretty fucking hysterical, Barbie.
assistance program, which helps residents access lodging, essential items, and other large financial needs. You can visit recovery.lacounty.gov for all the details. And I would encourage everyone listening to go to one of these sites, because I was at Pasadena Convention Center. I know Supervisor Sleece, you were as well. And I saw people handing out cards. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they represent, but people are looking for an opportunity. At these recovery centers, you will have legitimate government officials who are going to work with you to make sure you receive the benefits you deserve. I want to thank FEMA for their continued support for our impacted residents. Our residents need this support to begin rebuilding, and believe me, after last night's meeting that I attended with my constituents, they are desperate. So many residents I've heard from, especially those without insurance, are concerned they won't receive enough assistance to rebuild their lives. On top of FEMA assistance, I'm going to be advocating for innovative loan and housing solutions to bring people back to their communities. People need help, and they need to know what kind of support they're going to receive. Last night, I joined hundreds of impacted victims in Pasadena to hear their stories, understand their needs,
Did that for politics.
and to discuss what comes next.
Did that shit for politics.
Many wildfire survivors I've met, spoke with, have repeatedly told me they're worried about the rebuilding process. Specifically, many have mentioned that they are eager to begin clearing debris and seeing what valuable possessions survived this devastating fire. I want you to know that yesterday, the governor issued an executive order to streamline this rebuilding process. This executive order is going to make rebuilding homes easier by cutting red tape and make it as affordable and efficient as possible for our residents to clear debris. Yesterday's executive order, along with the previous order to waive the CEQA requirement in rebuilding, are 2 unprecedented actions that will be essential to making our community whole again. I know that our wildfire survivors want nothing more than to begin the rebuilding process, and it is our job in government to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Our neighbors deserve nothing less.
Yeah, and guess what? We don't have to pay shit for us getting out of the way.
To all the residents in our county, we must maintain diligence over the next few days as winds increase again.
Oxymorons.
Please listen to law enforcement and their evacuation notices. And believe me, I heard last night, many are frustrated. These next few days are crucial in our fighting of the existing.
Yeah, we got my father in the chat. Good to see you, kind sir. He says they will not recover because Newscomb and Super Dems prioritized things that didn't matter over the taxpayers. That is 100% correct. Yes, sir. Back to this.
Fires and also preventing any new fires. Thank you for taking it seriously. I'd now like to introduce LA City Mayor Karen Bass.
Thank you, Supervisor. Angelenos, as we continue to experience the shock, the grief, and the anger, we have to stand
Here we
together.
go. Here we go. Man, how come I don't have a beer for all this? I got to hear all this liberal fucking prattle. Man, missed opportunity for me.
And it is in that spirit that we have seen hundreds, if not thousands, of Angelenos traveling all around the region to deliver supplies, clothes, whatever they think might help the victims of these fires. As we've mentioned, the National Weather Service is predicting close to hurricane force level winds, and so we're making urgent preparations. My top priority and the priority of everyone else is to do everything we can to protect lives. As these winds approach, LA City firefighters and firefighters from across the county, state, and nation, and even overseas, are in a proactive and strategic posture to save lives.
And if you guys are unaware, the person we're talking about right now, the person speaking, her name is Karen Bass. She's the mayor for Los Angeles, just to give everybody context here.
Fighting resources from LAFD and fire departments from all over.
Yes, this was her that was off into Africa. Meanwhile, all this shit was going down. Her city's burning down, but she's in Africa.
Strategic holding locations. DWP is deploying water tankers to augment water supply for firefighters. The emergency operations centers remain activated at the highest level to rapidly coordinate emergency response. As we prepare for more wind, we're also urgently working to provide people with much needed resources. This week, as Chair Barger said, our city and county will launch in-person local assistance centers that are tailored to those affected by specific fires. These local assistance centers is for Angelenos impacted by the Palisades and Hearst fires, and they will open at the UCLA Research Park, which was formerly known as the West Side Pavilion. It will operate from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. These centers will help people who have lost vital records like birth certificates.
I just want to hear the questions at the end, because that's really where you start getting more of the information from these people, because it's unscripted and asked right on the spot by the media. So I'm definitely more interested in the question segment than their monologue.
Driver's license, social security documentation. They will help people who've lost their homes or businesses apply for disaster relief loans, and they will provide referrals for mental health counseling and other services. We anticipate that there will be representation for over 20 city departments. There will be representatives from the state and federal departments and agencies. Later today, we are also going to be releasing policies on the city level that will help with the rebuilding process. So as we continue to go through these next...
Oh, shit. No way. I didn't know that happened. So Bass fired the fucking fire chief yesterday for simply stated they needed to the funding that Bass defunded. Wow. So got himself fired over politics. You know what I mean? Isn't that fucking shit crazy? That's so disgusting. That's insane. I'm surprised I didn't hear about that.
2 days where the fires are still a serious threat. We also want to begin to help people put their lives back together and to prepare to rebuild our city. I also want to again remind Angelenos that lacity.gov is now a one-stop shop for assistance for those who are impacted and a place to help Angelenos find a way to get involved. As the winds pick up, please stay safe. Please heed the call to evacuate should you receive that. And remember to heed all public safety guidance. Thank you.
I'm Lindsay Horvath, supervisor.
Oh, I cannot stand this chick. I cannot stand the way that she is 100% not genuine when she speaks. You guys will hear it in her tone of voice. She's going to try to pretend like she's relating with you and all this and talking like almost down at you like a baby kind of ordeal. It's very fake. And I cannot, you know, that's one thing I can't stand is fake people. I need to be around people that are genuine. You can tell in someone's voice and their demeanor how they mean things. And watch.
For the 3rd District of Los Angeles County, the latest Palisades fire updates As you've heard, more than 23,000 acres have been impacted by this fire, and it is 14% contained. We have over 5,100 personnel, including 44 helicopters and 540 engines. The fire continues.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet, Kelp Fire. They're just doing their whole monologue. And then at the end, they're going to take questions. So there's no questions from the media during any of this whole front half of the press briefing. That's how that works.
To hold along Mandeville Canyon, and we are grateful for our first responders and all those on the front lines fighting in this area. We know it is critical, and you are doing a great job. We've also made significant progress in Topanga Oaks, Sylvia Park, Temescal Ridge, to Mulholland. All of these areas have been under threat, and we are continuing to hold. Santa Monica has lifted their evacuation orders and downgraded to warnings in North San Vicente, moving from order to warning at 8 a.m. today. All of the warning areas have been lifted. A particularly dangerous situation has been issued. Strongest winds from Tuesday morning until when.
So listen how she's speaking now and when she starts getting questioned, if she gets questioned in the media segment.
Wednesday, we strongly encourage caution and vigilance. This is the weather prediction that the National Weather Service had going into last week's event. So these conditions are significant, they are serious, and we need you to follow all orders. All Santa Monica Malibu United School District schools will remain closed today. All Santa Monica campuses, except for Roosevelt Elementary, will be open. All LAUSD schools will be open today, except Canyon Charter Elementary, Kenter Canyon Charter Elementary, Palisades Charter Elementary, Marquez Charter Elementary, Topanga Charter Elementary, Lanai Road Elementary, and Paul Revere Middle School. Our Department of Mental Health has resources for how to speak with our young people about wildfires at dmh.lacounty.gov. We need to support our children in this time and make sure they're able to talk about this tragedy. Our DMH helpline is 800-854-7771. Metro fares continue to be suspended for as long as conditions remain the same.
I've heard enough from her. Heard enough. Now I'm ready for questions. I don't need to hear her.
Will be 7 days that.
Okay, so let me back this up a little bit here. Okay.
Asha Renee Perez. We're now going to transition to the Q&A portion of our press conference. Please raise your hand and wait to be called upon. When you are called upon, please announce your name and the media outlet that you are with. We're going to go start right here.
Media only.
Fox 11 News. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Gigi Gracia at Fox 11 News. I have.
Oh, shit. Straight out the gate from Fox. Here we go. It's going to be brutal. And you'll see all the softballs that happen from the left media. But I hope that they're going to say this is a question for Karen Bass. I hope it's something like that. You know what I mean? Definitely.
A question about the fire, but I'm going to start with this question. Maybe I'll have a second chance. Assistant Chief Choi. To most families, if not all families who have pets, they are like family to them. Tomorrow will be 7 days that those pets that are inside the houses that survived may be without water and most likely without food, which would put that in an extremely critical.
That's a very interesting question that Fox, I'm surprised that Fox would ask that kind of question, but okay.
Condition that could lead to death if it hasn't already. Is there nothing that can be done for those folks that are telling us they are desperate, they just want to go in, get their pet, and go right out? They don't want to look at the house. They want to get their animals out. The fire broke out at 10:30 Tuesday morning. Many folks were at work already and have not been able to get back.
Yes, I can tell
I look at shit like, okay, we got to prioritize things. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. You know, just is what it is. We have to prioritize. We just have to. It's idealistic thinking that is kind of dangerous. Like, you have to be realistic in situations. And I'm sorry that's brutal, but it's true. You have to go. I mean, especially when human lives are going down at the moment. You know, like, well, you got to do everything you can to save yourself. Listen, man, why wasn't the question for like Karen Bass like, okay, what happened to these funds and your funds regarding the reservoirs with Gavin Newsom? How about we ask some serious fucking questions here? You know, like why this happened. Let's get at the root cause of this shit.
My comments were specific to escorting that resident or those residents back to their house to do such things. There are other options that we can do. For example, officers that are patrolling the area can get a list of locations at the checkpoint. Officers can patrol these areas and go check themselves. I'm not saying that's exactly going to happen, but there are options where we don't have to leave a pet in there if we're made aware of that. So you can go to the checkpoints and talk to officers, but I urge you not to go there just to wait to go in to see your house, which is largely what a lot of these individuals are doing. They're waiting to be escorted to see their property, which we can't do. We still aren't doing medication and pets. However, we can come up with a way where if somebody knows a pet is in the residence, that we'll do everything we can in our authority to go in there and get that pet.
And then Gigi, on that note, Pasadena Humane Society is actually going into the Altadena area that's under evacuation orders and feeding pets. So there is, we will link up
exactly,
and
Papa.
see if we can duplicate that.
Totally. It's a hierarchy
One
to
minute
this
right there,
shit.
in the right here. Yep, and then we'll go.
Oh, you've got to hold on to great. Sorry. Hello, Jane Secker, Sky News. A couple of questions. One to Fire Chief
Sky News over there for Australian news.
Maroney. More bad winds on the way. We know the conditions, as we've just heard, are going to be the same as last week. How confident are you that you're better prepared this time? And also a question for Mayor Bass, if I might. Our correspondent David Blevins asked you last week if you owe the people of Los Angeles an apology for cutting
Los Angeles. What's up, Brother Dean, over there in California as well? Hopefully you're doing well, kind sir.
You didn't respond to him then. Would you like to respond to us now?
So for the fire question, thank you. We're absolutely better prepared for this coming PDS, the severe fire weather event. You've heard the statistics, number of personnel assigned to the incidents, over 5,000 firefighters assigned to the Palisades fire, over 3,000 firefighters assigned to the Eaton fire. The state, under the leadership
Hey, be good over there, Tats. Always appreciate you for coming and hanging out with us.
Of Governor Newsom, has set up a mobilization center in Banning where we have resources staged that can come into LA County to assist with a new fire start or the expansion of one of our existing fires. We also have numerous aircraft, local government aircraft, helicopters. We have water bombers. We have retardant fixed wing aircraft from the state and federal government. We have military aircraft. So we've not only augmented the ground resources, but also the air resources. I think that we're very well prepared for the next event, but that's never going to be, we're never sure that we're going to be able to catch the next fire and keep it small. They said 70-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be very difficult to contain that fire. That's why we ask all residents in a brush-prone area
That's a lot.
to be prepared.
So it is going to go back up, not up to 90, but up to 70. That's, I mean, even 50 is out of control.
Evacuate if you get the evacuation order and start those preparations before the evacuation warning comes. Thank you.
There was a two-part question to that, correct?
My focus is on us being prepared as a city for tomorrow. As you began.
Stop the cap.
Stupid. You come out the gate with some bullshit.
We could face another very difficult situation for thousands of Angelenos. When we are past this period, there will be an evaluation of everything that went on. And at that point in time, we will see there is not agreement as to whether or not the budget was cut. All of those issues will be resolved when we are clear that Angelenos are safe and we are ready to rebuild our city. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to go right here in the middle. Next.
Jonathan Bigliotti, CBS News for Mayor Bass.
Oh, yay, CBS. Yay.
Last week, many people were working and could not get back in time to properly evacuate. As we've discussed in this room, there were pet care issues, healthcare issues, childcare issues. Now ahead of this latest event, you have businesses that are proactively closing, essentially treating this event like it was a
Cloud
hurricane.
Seeds, I gotta agree with you. Yeah, no kidding.
Or a blizzard.
I understand.
If they are taking
Much
those
love for you
steps, why are
being here,
you
man.
not implementing broader closures right now to keep your constituents safe?
We are doing everything we can to keep Angelenos safe. If there is a need for closures, that will be done. But right now, we are in preparation for tomorrow. Thank you.
Stop the cap.
Stupid. Absolutely it is, which is why you see everybody here standing united, prepared, and ready.
Don't give me your fucking attitude, woman.
That's what Angelenos say. Thank you.
But now this is important because this is the fourth time we've had these dire warnings. Each previous time there has been loss. So this is a critical time to make those decisions. In hurricanes and blizzards, like I've discussed, people stay at home, businesses are closed, people can then prepare to evacuate so there aren't pets left in their homes, there aren't children with daycare providers. They're scrambling. They scrambled last week. There are pets. So the question is, what are you doing to make sure that that doesn't happen today?
I've answered your question.
Okay, we're moving on over here in the back right there.
Stop the cap.
Hi, Morgan
Dodged.
Windsor for ABC News.
Lying bitch.
I have two questions. One for fire officials regarding the status of the investigation on the Eaton fire, and then a second for perhaps the district attorney on price gouging. The first question, I'm wondering if officials are honing in on the transmission towers owned by Edison in the area of the Eaton fire as a possible source of ignition.
Yeah, thank you for your question. I'm going to turn that over to the LA County Sheriff. The cause of the fire.
No, I have not seen that. That sounds crazy. It's not, I'm not surprised by shit anymore, especially in my line of work now. Yeah, I'm not surprised by shit.
For investigation, the sheriff might have an update for you. If it is arson and not the transmission tower, then
by the way, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are just coming through, man, make sure you guys hit that like button. It's absolutely free to do so. Helps out the show immensely. If you're new, hit that subscribe button because it's also fucking free to do so. Appreciate you guys.
Be a crime. I'd like the sheriff to speak to that.
I don't ask for any money. I just ask for you guys to hit that like button. That's it.
Simple answer to that is yes. We're looking at everything. We have a team that is obviously focused on the response as we prepare for any event. And then the investigation, not only into the recovery of the remains and the issues surrounding that, but anything that would have caused any of the fires anywhere in our jurisdiction. I think the chief the assistant chief from LA talked about a task force. We're on that as well. We're working together and we expect to find answers.
Okay, I saw a hand right here in the blue jacket.
Hi, good morning. Lauren Coronado with NBC4 News. This is for Chief Crowley. You mentioned wildfire patrols in high-risk areas. Can you identify those high-risk areas?
Sure. So, and that's that lean forward posture as we're looking to do everything in
That's
our power
Fox.
to ensure
That's Fox's side, not my side.
maximize
clear
our
up.
efforts with the resources that we have, which this whole
Come on, clear up, motherfuckers. Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
So once again,
Wow. It's really fucked up.
For fire, the Palisades fire with something then flaring up later. I know you mentioned the Eaton Canyon fire, but can you tell us, for example,
What the fuck is happening?
Being viewed definitely as the cause of the Sunset fire? Could somebody just walk us through each of them?
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about, so right now we have the task force that is robust, that is, they're
Not what you can talk about. Talk about what you know, motherfucker.
Find cause and origin for each of these separate fires. There's so many of them. None have been ruled out.
Appreciate that, Pablo. Thank you,
There are
sir.
ongoing investigations, but also the Palisades fire specifically, since that's the one that's still rampant.
Oh my goodness. Fucking mainstream media Oh, how am I?
Unfortunately, once again, as
How
you can,
how I I'm out here in the sticks. You know what I mean? I have zero excuse. But you guys in the mainstream media who has all the funding in the world can't get your fucking shit straight. Like that shit is crazy to me. It bugs me, especially when they can't get their audio right. It's like, dude, how does a small time YouTuber that has no funding aside from me doing what I do? I'm talking about like companies, investments, and all this shit. They are like, how do you guys fuck up like that? And a little tiny streamer like me never deals with anything like that. You know what I mean? Just saying.
can see our live stream has gone in and out just a little bit. It does look like once again they are trying to reestablish the shot right there, but it does appear as though it has frozen just a little bit.
A little.
We do see that it's working to get reestablished right now. So I did want to go back to that. In just a moment. It's going.
Yeah, they have 173,000 people watching right now. 173,100 people watching this live stream.
Out just a little bit. So we're going to continue to reestablish that. It does look like they have it now back up and running. So once again, let's listen in.
Oh boy.
When people are trying to all get out at once, have you guys worked on addressing that issue if people do have
So
to
I got to miss the fucking arson question.
Evacuate tonight from an extremely dense area like we saw with the Sunset Fire? Folks just couldn't get out because traffic was jammed. How do you address that?
Yeah, so to answer the first part of your question, there is a specific threshold. And I don't remember what that threshold is, although I used to work at air operations. 30 to 40 miles an hour is beginning, I believe, to be that threshold. I'll see if our CAL FIRE partner from the state of California remembers what that threshold is for helicopters and fixed wing air tankers.
Please say your name and your.
Good morning, Jeremy Gagne. With CAL FIRE representing incident management team. So with the specific aircraft, they all have a different limitation. The problem is when you have sustained winds, over 40 miles an hour is the issue. The problem is the gusts. So the gusts
they're going
peak
extremely high.
And the aircraft limitations or capabilities are then limited based on approach and departures, as well as Chief mentioned, the drop accuracy. So each aircraft will have that limitation based on the manufacturer's recommendation. And then as far as the safety component, usually the limiting factor is gusts over 30 miles an hour. But the sustained winds, anything over 40, is pretty much going to ground most aircraft. So again, each one of those aircraft have those specific limitations. But as an overall general rule, safety rule, the gusts is what is the issue. And this is what the gusts that we've been having.
Thank you. Can you restate, please, your name and spelling?
Yes, Jerry Magana, Gerry. Last name is Magana, Magana, representing the CAL FIRE incident management teams. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have two last questions. There's a clarification over here.
Two questions left.
The second part of the question regarding community congestion and people leaving all at once under the evacuation order. We really want residents in LA County to be prepared. If you don't have a wildfire evacuation plan for your family and your home, please make one today. Visit www.fire.lacounty.gov/RSE. That stands for Ready, Set, Go. I would recommend, in an abundance of caution, if
it all changes in 7 fucking days, Sport Brand.
Get an alert on your telephone for an evacuation warning, leave then. Don't wait for the order, because we know from experience that if you wait for the order, you might get caught up in the congestion that you referenced. And please do not silence the emergency alerts on your telephone. If we send out an alert at 3 a.m. on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, when you're sleeping, we want you to wake up and evacuate. We know we had some issues earlier, but please do not turn off those wireless emergency alerts on your telephone.
Accurate? Sorry, my question was that those alert issues have been resolved and people can rely that that's accurate now?
Yes. I just think it's very important.
Can
that
you want to
Chief
take this?
Maroney
You want to
and
take
I
this?
stand together and have the exact same message, which is the ready, set, go piece is ready, set, go. The community needs to also understand you don't have to wait for the order. Knowing what we know and what we saw, if you're
Yep, I moved out of California 7 months ago. So glad I did.
in any of these particular areas, that lean forward posture, we keep talking about it. We saw the impacts, extreme impacts of the winds when what happened in Palisades. Our professional advice to anybody out there is to make sure you're ready, to make sure you have a plan. We talk about the pets, we talk about the medications, put your plan together, be ready, and you do not have.
Hey, by the way, I'm thinking about treating myself finally. Just let me know if I should do it or not, chat. You guys let me know. I'm thinking about buying myself a PS5 today. Let me know if I should. 1 in the chat, yes. 2 in the chat, no. Just let me know. Let me know what you guys think.
To wait. You do not have
Thinking
to wait
about
for
it.
the order. And I think it's really, really important that everybody hears what Chief Maroney and I are saying. And in fact,
Appreciate
the
that,
rest
my
of the
soul.
region, the rest of the fire chiefs are saying the same thing. Thank you.
And Kevin, you were going to address the We Alert issues?
Kevin McGowan, director with the
Oh, you
LA
guys
County.
love supporting my degeneracy. I love it. I love to see it. Absolutely. W chat, listen, the chat always wins. That's something that I've learned. Man, I already have 3 gaming stacked towers. I have 3 gaming PCs. I don't need another gaming PC. I was a live streamer for video games for a long time, and so everything was PC, and I want to be able to put my feet up, no pun intended, and be able to, play a little fucking on the couch on my big ass 90 or 86-inch TV. That'd be nice. You know what I mean? To be able to just relax like that. I've been thinking about doing it. And especially now because Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be releasing soon. Yeah, I definitely want to be able to play that. Anyways.
County Office of Emergency Management. In partnership with the state, we have the wireless emergency alert system ready to go with a state partnership.
Thank you. And we are at time. We will have one-on-one interviews. If you have any unresolved or unanswered questions, please approach to the front and we will connect you to the appropriate speaker. Thank you for today.
Oh, no, I would not be buying no remaster, by the way. Yeah, I'd be, or whatever they call them here. I forget what they called those here or whatever. But yeah, no, I would just get the standard high, whatever I want a bigger hard drive than the smaller, because I know they offer a couple of them, don't they? They offered different storage amounts and stuff like that. Buy some Chipotle stock. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you saying get one. All right. Got too much work to do. No time for gaming. Hey, listen, it's been like that for me lately as well. And now that it's after the holiday season, I think that now things are starting to slow down in the sense of being able to, especially as well, get myself and, settled here in Alabama where I live now. I just moved here, 7 months ago. So things are finally starting to calm down and shit like that. And I have a little bit more time coming up on the, couple next months. So PS5s are manufactured in China and Japan by American to get a new pew instead. Hey, listen, Barbie, that's what's funny about that is I'm in the market for 2 other, pews I'm looking at currently. You know me, I can't help myself. I can't help myself whatsoever. It just is what it is. But yeah, man, I can't thank you guys enough and show you guys my appreciation enough for you guys hanging out with me in this beautiful morning, evening, afternoon, wherever the hell you guys are from. Listen, man, you guys, you could be anywhere in the world, but you guys decided to be here with me. So I can't thank you guys enough for that. Stick around here, guys. We're going to be rating our buddy Grid One Motorsports. Go ahead and let him know we're coming in hot with the raid. Stick around. Listen to the end, the quick little, song that we made over here. And then we'll be shooting you guys over to Grid One Motorsports. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. Very much appreciate you guys. We are live every single day. Well, aside from Sunday. So Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. CST. So listen, man, I can't thank you guys enough. We'll see you guys tomorrow for more of the world's madness. And God bless to you all.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning.